Also the Lord said to Moses, Command thou to the sons of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Offer ye by their times mine offering, and loaves, and incense of sweet odor. These be the sacrifices which ye owe to offer, 2 lambs of 1 year without whim, each day, an everlasting burnt sacrifice. Ye shall offer 1 lamb early, and the t'other at eventide, the 10th part of ephah of tried flour. This shall be sprinkled with purest oil, and have it the 4th part of hin. It is continual burnt sacrifice, which he offered in the hill of Sinai, in the odor of sweetest incense to the Lord. And ye shall offer the 4th part of hin by wine, each lamb in the sanctuary of the Lord. And ye shall offer in like manner the t'other lamb at eventide, by all the custom of the morrow's sacrifice, and of the moist sacrifices thereof, an offering of sweetest odor to the Lord. Soothly in the Sabbath day ye shall offer 2 lambs of 1 year without whim, and the 2/10 parts of tried flour sprinkled all together with oil in sacrifice, and the moist sacrifices that be poured by custom by all Sabbaths, in everlasting burnt sacrifice. Soothly in the calends, that is, in the beginning of months, ye shall offer burnt sacrifice to the Lord, 2 calves of the drove, 1 ram, 7 lambs of 1 year without whim, and 3/10 parts of flour sprinkled all together with oil, and the sacrifice by each calf, and 2/10 parts of flour sprinkled all together with oil by each ram, and the 10th part of the 10th of flour sprinkled all together with oil, in the sacrifice by each lamb. It is burnt sacrifice of sweetest odor, and of incense to the Lord. Soothly the moist sacrifices of wine that shall be poured by all the slain sacrifices shall be these: the 1/2 part of a hin by each calf, the 3rd part by a ram, the 4th part by a lamb. This shall be the burnt sacrifices of each month, that come one after another, while the year turneth about. Also a buck of goats shall be offered to the Lord for sins, and everlasting burnt sacrifice, with his moist offerings. Soothly in the 1st month, in the 14th day of the month, shall be Pasch, either passing over of the Lord. And in the 15th day shall be solemnity of thirst loaves. By 7 days ye shall eat thirst loaves, of which the 1st day shall be worshipful and holy. Ye shall not do any servile work therein. And ye shall offer burnt sacrifice to the Lord, 2 calves, 1 ram, 7 lambs of 1 year without whim, and the sacrifices of each by itself of flour, which be sprinkled all together with oil, 3/10 parts by each calf, and 2/10 parts by a ram, and the 10th part of the 10th by each lamb, that is, by 7 lambs. And ye shall offer 1 buck of the goats for sin, that cleansing be made for you, besides the burnt sacrifice of the morrow tide, which ye shall offer ever. So ye shall do by each day of 7 days, into the nourishing of fire, and into the sweetest odor to the Lord, that shall rise of the burnt sacrifice, and of the moist sacrifices of each offering. Also the 7th day shall be most solemn and holy to you. You shall not do any servile work therein. Also the day of first fruits, when ye shall offer new fruits to the Lord, when the week shall be fulfilled, shall be worshipful and holy. Ye shall not do any servile work therein. And ye shall offer burnt sacrifice to the Lord into sweetest odor, 2 calves of the drove, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of 1 year without whim. And in the sacrifices of those ye shall offer 3/10 parts of tried flour sprinkled all together with oil by each calf, 2/10 parts by the ram, the 10th part of the 10th by the lambs, which be altogether 7 lambs. Ye shall offer a buck of goats, which is offered for cleansing, besides burnt sacrifice everlasting, and the moist sacrifices thereof. Ye shall offer all things without whim, with their moist sacrifices.